Imagine the sports. Sometimes when I imagine, I doze off and don't pay attention. It can also be a distraction when our math problem is a fraction. Basketball and other sports is what I think about. I'm always dribbling down the courts, but if I lose, I don't pout. Frisbee is one other of my favorites because when I imagine it fly, I don't think of baseball mitts, but discs soaring through the sky. The best thing that I imagine is making an amazing crossover on the best NBA player, nicknamed the Dragon. Makes me feel as lucky as a 4-leaf clover. What about going out fishing? Just catch a 20-pound fish. That's all I can be wishing, though I should be cleaning my dinner dish. The battle that could end the world. Recently, a man we don't know has created a system that makes robots every second. Now they are striking our giant empire. I hope that whomever created the robots is satisfied, because they are ruling the kingdom, and maybe even the world. Peyton's dream. Once there was a boy named Peyton that really wanted to go to the NBA. One night he went to sleep, and then started to dream. He was dreaming that there was a door, and if he went through the door, he would go to the NBA world. So he went through the door. He went inside and he was shocked because he saw players from the past like Karl Malone and John Stockton. He made the decision that he wanted to play on the Utah Jazz. Prima ballerina. When I perform, I feel so free. I dance across the stage to a piece by George B. Each step, a new page. Someday I'll be Snow Queen and dance in the fog, and each show will begin with so much applause. Sugar Plum is my dream. It is a beautiful part. Like a star I would gleam, but I'd have to be smart. And maybe someday I could be Juliet and die on cue, but with no regret. Then there's Odette, the pretty white swan. Her fate she met, Odile, the black pawn. Titania, the fairy queen, was tricked by the king. His wish was quite mean. He wanted to steal her changeling. Each part is so great, and I'd like to be all. I just can't wait until I get my call.
It takes a moment to break a butterfly on a wheel. That's when you hear an angel cry. It takes a heartbeat to bring someone back to life, and then you feel that it's all been worthwhile.
The 4 rings. Once in the center of the earth, 4 rings were formed, to be exact 4 rings. The first was made of a shiny diamond and it could control the air. The second was made of a shiny red ruby. It could control fire. The third could control earth, as in rocks and dirt. It was made of an emerald. The last was made of sapphire. It could control the water. Up and away. When you let imagination fly, you can go sky high. You could sail the high seas with Captain Jack Sparrow, or you could be with Robin Hood shooting some arrows. You could swim with Ariel and flounder under the sea, or swing with the gorillas and Tarzan from tree to tree. You could help save Woody with Buzz and the crew, or save the minions with Nefario and Gru. You can fly to Neverland with Peter Pan. You could even be a warrior in Clash of Clans. You could defeat the Huns with Mushu and Mulan, or save Hogwarts with Harry and Ron. You could save the Pride Lands with Simba and Timon, or be a little dog running around in a cone. You could find Nemo with Marlin and Dory, or help Winnie and Piglet in their story. You could help McQueen win the Piston Cup, or be an NBA player heating up. You could soar through the air with Michael Jordan, or discover what's really behind Quirrell's turban. There are so many things you can do, you see, so come and fly with me. Let your imagination fly like a bird. Let your imagination fly like a bird and your creativity leading the way. Some might think that it's absurd, but follow your heart, it won't lead you astray. When creativity is in charge, your possibilities are limitless. Your future is large when your imagination is relentless. You will certainly have fun and be proud of yourself when you go with your thoughts and create. So don't tuck your thoughts away on a shelf. Fly like a bird and be great. Me and my mixer. My name is Vixen and I love mixin'. One day my mixer broke, so I was going to call Comet, but I knew he'd just vomit. So I called Rudolph, but he got scared off. So I called Cupid, but he was too stupid. So I called Blitzen, but he was Nitzin. So I called Donner, but he was a goner. So I called Dancer, but he didn't answer. So I called Prancer, but he had cancer. Then the phone rang, and my mixer went bang, bang, and it was Dasher, because he broke his masher. Run, run, babies, babies. Where are you, babies? I can't find you. I'm inside a ditch, right under here, but I can't get up. I can probably reach you, but this is a big ditch. Maybe I can grab a ladder, then you can climb up the ladder. I'm free at last. I'm finally with my baby.
We are young, we are gold, trying things we didn't know. Looking at the sky, see it come alive. All our fears became our hopes, climbed out every locked window. We wrote the lines made.
Sometimes I close my eyes and dream about the stars. To know that they are ours is amazing. Sometimes I close my eyes and dream about the sea and the colors that it brings to life. Sometimes the
Heroes vs. Dragons. It started dimming on Sago Lily's playground. I was playing Foursquare with Luke, Hero, and Isaac. Something was blocking the sun that was huge. It looked like a cloud, and I could tell that today wasn't going to be normal. The clouds were forming a weird circle around Sago Lily. There seemed to be clouds coming everywhere to group up too. Soon we could feel it getting hotter. A bird in flight. Oh, how a bird with wings that flutter hatched in a nest, then nursed by their mother, some with bright shades of blue and red, others with different colors instead. Oh, how they fly with the greatest of ease, never shaken by a strong or weak breeze. Oh, how birds so different in size, straight from the air they swoop and they dive. To be safe they move with a quick motion, hoping not to be caught in a close situation. In my head I am the bird. It doesn't feel quite absurd. In my head views do fly. Across the landscape they fly by. I zip, I zoom, I'm filled with glee. I'm happy to be a bird, says me. Suddenly I am jolted awake, but the bowl of grief I do not take. Big or small, bright or dull, every bird has an imagination, and so do all. John's lesson in truth. A young man was chopping wood. The man's name was John. John had a pretty good life so far, all his 14 years. He had been born into a wealthy family. His father was, in fact, the king, by the name of Williams. Abigail saves the sun. "Abigail, can you play after school?" asked her friend Lena. "No," replied Abigail. "I'm doing a space project, and I got the sun." Abigail's friends went to the library. Jenna didn't want to do a project, but Lena is doing one on Jupiter. Lena found some books and started reading. Where the Feathers Are. Out of an egg came a bird, a small bird with tall orange feathers. One of those feathers came out, and it floated down into a slew of crows that took it to the doves that brought it to Feather Heaven. Feather Heaven is a big field of feathers, green feathers, yellow feathers, blue feathers, all kinds of feathers, and it is right by Bird Heaven. The birds go over and get their feathers back, then go to Earth. Perfect. The Olympics. Once upon a time, there was a gymnast named Clarissa Miller. Unlike all the other gymnasts, she could fly. Every day, she would do gymnastics. She could do everything perfectly. One day, she decided that she wanted to enter the Olympics on Team USA. Dreamland. Once there was a boy. He was in school. School was boring. He went to skills a lot. He wasn't a bad boy. He just wasn't that good at sitting still, and sometimes he got distracted. The teacher was talking about math. His eyes started to get heavy. Then he was in a video game. It was Super Mario Brothers.
Tonight we won't fall from the sky. We won't stay tonight. We won't have fun until we soar through the sky. Tomorrow night we won't stay up without a guess to make us fly. We need to keep our promises to see and be what we can do tonight. We can feel we fly. You just hold me tight. Don't let me down again. From the start to the finish, so we can be what we believe tonight. When I love one person to take care of me, when I love you, when I love you, you can help me fly tonight. 'Cause when I fly away from you, I can feel you. I threw a wish in the well. Don't ask me, I'll never tell. I looked to you as it fell, and now you're in my way. I trade my soul for a wish, pennies and dimes for a kiss. I wasn't looking for this, but now you're in my way. Your stare was holding, ripped jeans, skin was.
A pair of heroes. "Grayson," I yelled, "behind you." He whipped around just in time to land a hit on the top of a super soldier's head. This was supposed to be medieval times. Tech was supposed to be lame and bland. But me and Grayson were somehow able to fight them off. That's what happens when you are a superhero. That's what me and Grayson were trying to be. Superheroes. The Intergalactic Adventure of Sadie, Lucy, and Kate. Have you ever wanted to go into a different galaxy? Well, this story is about a 13-year-old girl who is so determined to do just that thing that she's starting to regret it. But now it's too late. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off! Spoonspell. I know you think monsters don't exist, bananas don't talk, and spoons aren't magic, but that is not true. My name is Bradley Launton, and you may want to hear my story. The Man in the Tomb. In a long chain of monsters, there was only one who remained with her offspring in a human city. She struggled to survive as well as her daughter, but that was not one of her top priorities. She didn't much notice her needs, let alone care to fix her problems. She demanded that her daughter find blood to feed on, for both of them only received little each day.